up, everybody? Episode 31 of Brewed Opinions. Dude, this might look a little different, KT, but we wanted to bring the people some content. What's going on?
Yeah, man, our old asses are finally learning how to do some tech stuff, and we're trying something new, and hopefully it works. It allows me and Jay to be able to do things a little bit more easier than always having to be at the same place at the same time.
I know, dude. We couldn't get together this weekend, but we still wanted to bring a content. We had Cena's Pipebomb 2.0. We got Oldberg back in the house. We got to talk about friend of the show, Forrest Nystrom's trip to Tennessee.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of stuff going on, and we had to do it. So, folks, bear with us. We don't know how this is going to be, but we think it's going to be good.
yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Yeah, just even seeing the test run the other day, it was like better than anything we've done yet. So hopefully it fucking
Absolutely.
works for
Who
us.
knows? We could waste an hour of our life right now. We don't even know.
Hey, shit happens.
But dude, let's start with Pipe Bomb 2.0. John Cena, very reminiscent of CM Punk's Pipe Bomb. Cena was laying in the ring through a table when Punk dropped that pipe bomb, and here we are, full reverse. Punk laying through the table, and Cena got some things out that I think shocked the world. And he mentioned some other wrestlers in there that CM Punk has buried, and it's very interesting. What do you think, dude?
Oh, I love it. And to go full circle, like we've been bitching and bitching and bitching for the last few months, and it's like, man, we were just waiting for Triple H's fucking master plan to come because wrestling's fucking good again, dude, all across the
It,
board. And the Pipe Bomb 2.0 was awesome. Even the
yeah,
tapping the
everything.
mic and calling out, are they going to cut this off? Oh no! And
And I'm going behind the fourth wall.
oh, that was sick. Yeah, I always love when they break the fourth wall. And it was fucking. You texted me because I didn't see it live Friday night. It's yesterday morning. I tuned right to it and was like, "Fucking, this is sick!" Like it really was, man.
We mentioned something like, is Cena gonna turn face again? And the funny thing is I was watching this happen the other day, and I mentioned it to you, and I said to myself, I think Cena is organically turning face by being this character and embracing it. And you saw moments during that pipe bomb where the crowd was chanting Cena, and even he said, "See, they know."
They
It's like
know, I know.
he's organically turning back to a face by being this character and punking everybody out.
I
No pun intended.
and like finally being no one other than himself, and like even going back to like I guess it was after WrestleMania, he was on McAfee, and he kind of like was explaining himself on there, like staying in character, but it was like he had to work on himself, and like he like shit he's been saying to the fans, like it makes sense, like it's true. And now I think people are realizing this is it, the farewell tour. Like it was that the other night was sick. Like this character's been building. I guess we just needed to let it build. We were too quick to shit all over it because, but that's the whole point of it,
He's
and I think
he's
that's what they were
fully
going for.
he's fully embraced it now, which I think the other night there was some kind there was almost a shift in like he's turning back into a face, but under these circumstances he's not doing his typical you can't see me, all that stuff, and the people are loving it. I mean, you heard him chanting for Cena the other night, and he even acknowledged it and was like, "See, they know."
Yeah.
And it was like, are we seeing this end run of of John Cena being, in the end, nothing like we talked about, like him embracing the fans at the end and saying "I love you" and "thank you" and all that, or is he going to take this and is he really going to take that belt and go home and be the last real champion?
It's like he said to Punk the other night while Punk was laying through that table. He's like, "You may be the best in the world, but I'm the best of all time," and he really is. I mean, he fucking really is, dude. Like, it's awesome.
And he
Like,
only said that you've made us believe in a ruse that you're the best in the world.
yeah,
Like, the things he said were poignant, calling out wrestlers that he buried, Claudio Castagnoli, who's Cesaro, Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, and Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. Like,
The biggest thing I loved is like, which this is the greatest thing, is that because Punk has had this like reverence of like across the wrestling world and every fucking arena, from here to New Japan to wherever, where they're always chanting his name and like he's the one of the people. I love that Cena the other night called his hypocrisy out and was just like, "Oh, you're of the people, Mister Millionaire, Mister fucking Mister TKO."
yeah,
Like it was sick. Like, and of course, Punk was on board with him saying all that. I'm sure. Maybe not. Maybe that was like, hey, maybe
hey,
Punk said,
pipe,
"I'll lay in
pipe
the
bomb.
ring, pipe bomb 2.0, lay it out." Like maybe he didn't know what he was gonna say, but like if he didn't know and let Cena do that because he had to, you know what I mean? Like for the good of the overall build up of them from 14 years ago. I think that's what Cena said to this point now.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking awesome, dude.
It
Like
really was. I mean, it was. We talked about this last week with Forrest when it was like people were saying how WWE was losing its way. It was becoming corporate. Triple H, basically was like, no, like we can reel this in right back at any moment. And I think the clarity of the Punk or the I keep saying Punk of the Cena heel turn is starting to take shape of the vision that we're starting to see
they
with
had it when
however
Cena
many
was going to
dates
turn
that
in.
he's got left. It,
Yeah.
it's awesome. I mean, it's way better than I anticipated it to be.
And like when you think about it, even across other sports, like when fucking like, I mean, when Kobe did his farewell tour, it was awesome. But like when Dwayne Wade and then I got these other people, you start getting at the certain point, you're just like, who gives a shit? Like, but like Cena's
Jeter.
like turned it into this thing where it's like, now I'm like dreading the last date that Cena's gonna be on TV if that's really what it is, and he goes.
Now I hope he does take the belt home.
Yeah. Well, you
I
get it
mean,
now.
and
Because it's an end of that era and the new era, and that's the cool overall arching like arc of everything, is that Cena's burying the old way, Triple H is taking it to the new. I mean, even look at the ring. Like I've been paying attention to how both shows are like captured with the like filming of it and the way the arenas look. It's like dark. It feels like you're at a live boxing match or UFC match now.
yeah, you said
Even
that
the
last
even
week.
the ads in the ring, which I hate, like now I'm starting to fucking like, and like I just love the overall product and how it's appearing on TV. Like I would love to go to a live event and see what it's like live now. I mean, it's always awesome, but
Yeah, I mean it's definitely changing right now. I mean the Netflix era.
and the
Um,
digital technology they have
yeah,
now with
I hear
everything,
that
like even Logan Paul's doing, like we talked about last week with Forrest. Like
Yeah.
there's so much shit they can get into now, and
I mean, I
keeping
hear that
kayfabe.
their Netflix numbers are down, but I mean, how accurate are those numbers? Because people don't watch it live.
People
Um,
don't watch it live, and people don't. People, we're in a society now where, man, people only want like, I mean, shit. To be honest, sometimes when we're doing the podcast, I'm just watching highlights on YouTube from the week.
yeah, sometimes because there's a lot of nonsense. I mean,
Yeah, there's shit
we've
I
got a
don't
lot of
care
stuff
about
to
there in it.
we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight. With Monday Night Raw and the King of the Ring tournament advancing. We've got some injury. We had a major injury this week where we're losing a
Yeah, Liv's
star
out,
for
right?
lives out. We don't know. We had the return of Asuka. Like we've had a lot of stuff go on, and I think one of the biggest,
Did she
critical
get hurt in
things.
that EO Sky thing?
Kairi Sane, yeah,
Oh, in her
yeah,
match.
yeah.
Fair.
And I guess they said Nikki Bella was supposed to come out and interfere in that match before that happened. So I don't know where they were going. They were probably setting up something for that women's pay-per-view evolution or whatever they're going to have. But the one thing, another big return this week to, from what I can gather, not a lot of people are big fans of this. We were afraid this is why Gunther won the belt off of Jey Uso, was the return of Goldberg. Totally unnecessary, not catching my interest at all, KT. I don't care. You're going to have Saturday Night Main Event in Atlanta. I get it. It's his hometown. It's going to be his last match.
Gunther's
Uh,
becoming Mr. Saturday Night Live main event,
yeah,
isn't he? He's like on every fucking card as the main dude,
yeah.
isn't he?
I mean, well, that's what they. I mean, that's okay. I mean,
That's what they're
it
building.
was
I mean, yeah.
like I don't. I don't think the WWE needs to focused on nostalgia acts, and especially not a very good one in Goldberg.
No, I've never from stuff I've been reading and like even remembering. Like every time that dude shows up, they say one of the guys gets hurt like severely because he's just
Yeah,
not. It's hopefully
he's
Gunther
been
can.
like he's been like this his whole career. He's a one-trick pony. He's a two-move guy. Like he's a
Yeah,
spear and a suplex or whatever, pile drive, whatever. It's like
I feel the same way, and I was thinking about last night or the other night when I saw it, and I'm just like, I get it. I don't get it, but okay,
I don't get it
WWE,
anymore. I don't get it anymore.
you don't need to.
Like they even opted. I mean, if you think about it, WrestleMania didn't have a lot of nostalgic acts this year, and we avoided one major one in The Rock,
Yeah,
and it wasn't needed. Did we need Travis Scott? I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But like, what? I mean, there's a lot of rumors out there that says that Goldberg's going to beat Gunther, and we got a possible cash in with Seth Rollins. And I think that if you're gonna do this, there's no way Goldberg can leave that arena as the champion. If
no,
you're gonna let him beat Gunther, then that's the perfect cash in for Seth Rollins.
and why though? Why
It,
Terry?
and WWE does this. They give one
I did
last
right.
deal in their hometown. Like you took the belt off of Jey Uso. Some people say that the belt and Jey Uso weren't meant for each other, and I get that. Like we talked about it last week, and we talked about it with Shane. The belt is just a prop, and Jay doesn't need the belt. He really doesn't need the belt.
Mm.
There's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of speculation coming out. I mean, Zillavat Fatu has been around a little bit. I saw him. He was with Randy Orton on some social media stuff. So I feel like there's a lot going on there. Night of Champions should be really good. Unfortunately, after what happened, not to get into politics, but what happened in Iran last night, there's a possibility that the WWE is not going to get to go to Saudi Arabia. Like that's a very hostile environment, and I would imagine that Americans are not the most welcome people there at the moment.
Yeah, food. Yeah, yeah.
So
I didn't even
so
think of that, man.
yeah,
Like,
so they were
I
talking
texted
about
you
it.
last night about it, like
I
about
know.
what happened, but
I mean, this is not a political podcast in any way, but obviously
it's gonna
it's a
affect
huge
this.
deal about that could affect Night of Champions. I mean, I've heard that they may not be having it in Saudi Arabia. I read an article this morning that it might be getting moved to Tampa, and
Yeah,
in the interest of safety for the wrestlers, that's probably a good move. Now I
because
know
that's
the
next
Saudi
Saturday,
Arabia,
right? Night of Champions next Saturday,
I believe so.
the
Yeah,
28th.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
28th, and I know that in the interest of the safety of the wrestlers, obviously this hurts the Saudi Arabian economy because this Riyadh Saudi Arabia marketing campaign that they have is huge with not just wrestling, it's with all sports. I mean, it's massive with soccer, everything, Formula One, the whole deal.
golf,
Yeah.
golf,
So
live.
it's like, but is it not safe for these people to go over there? And it's just wrestling in the end. Like, let's keep them over here if didn't keep their safety until this unrest finishes, whatever it might be. No matter what side of the political line that you stand on, you know, Iran is probably pretty pissed.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be an
When you
American in that
you
region of
can't
the
delay
world.
the event and say let's go back later and move it because stories have been told and it needs to be
Yeah, I mean, you still have the crown jewel. Hopefully, things will be resolved by the time crown jewel comes around.
yeah.
Night of Champions, I would say I would not be surprised at some point today or even tomorrow night on Raw that something gets announced that because if I'm a wrestler in the WWE, I probably don't want to go over there as far
Yeah.
as for my safety. Uh,
Right.
so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Um, but you never think the political world intersects with sports entertainment in the sports world, and this is a perfect example that they're set to go in the backyard of where this bombing
It's
happened,
going down. Yeah.
and I don't know if that's necessarily the best situation for WWE and its wrestlers.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how the week unfolds and all that
Fly
goes.
the
But
Saudi Arabian prince over here and let him
yeah,
sit ringside. I mean, it's who knows? He might not be able to get in the country. There's no telling. But
who knows?
not to get off on the topic, but yeah, I mean that was Night of Champions is shaping up. Randy Orton qualified for the King of the Ring final. I
Yep.
guess our next match we have to see um, Jay and Cody, right?
Yep. Jay and Cody. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about how all that went down. Man, it seems like with Seth's new faction and just kind of seeing like different things. I was gonna bring this up to you about like I loved that whole segment the other night in that match where like Braun came out and tried to screw Jay over, and then Sammy comes out and beats up on Braun, and then what LA Knight comes out and screws over Bronson Reed, you know, and then Seth has to come out because the last 2 weeks his plan's been getting his boys haven't gotten to the King of the Ring. He wants to dominate everything, so he's coming out to take care of himself. And Cody's fucking music hits. The place fucking erupts. Cody's now back to where everybody's behind him again because he's not stale anymore, right? Holding the
Yeah.
belt. And it's like, this is the thing I was talking about. Like, man, shit is getting good. I can see, like, are we going factions in the WWE, man? Because I don't know that they will be technically a faction, but you can see Cody, Jay, Sammy, possibly LA Knight, could be Penta. Penta came
And
out too in that, right?
and there's rumors of Roman Reigns making his return with new people that are from Seth's past. I've read it. I've read a couple things online that said that Roman may be returning with a couple people from Seth's past. Do we
Really?
see it? Do we see a Brock Lesnar? Do we see? I know Brock's got a lot of legal stuff going on with this lawsuit with the WWE,
But
but
even like, and people that probably Heyman is screwed over,
yeah,
right? I
like
mean, that's all tied together.
what is, a lot of people said that Roman Reigns may never come back, but now, I feel like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have a huge trajectory of possibly maybe a SummerSlam match, maybe.
Yeah. Well, even seeing Cody and Seth face to face the other night, like that was a big moment. That was something. Like their story's not done either, you know? Like
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna go, but
How
you know,
sick would
like
it be if Ambrose's contract in AEW was up, and he loses the belt at All In, and then he comes back with Roman and
comes
Brock
home.
to go against that. That would be, whew, that'd be awesome. But I don't. I think Moxley's loving his life over there. So
Well, he's in control of everything, right? So
yeah, unfortunately, he's in control of that storyline, which
But dude,
hopefully
you know what even was kind of cool, and I don't know if I'm even way off base, but like just switching topics again real quick, but um the Judgment Day kind of going after AJ Styles the other night, and AJ Styles walking out with the IC belt in his hand. I mean, obviously he's not the champ, Dominic is, but you know, and I started thinking all of a sudden to an old connection from New Japan with Finn, and we've been waiting for Finn and the Judgment Day to break. And there's this boy, AJ Styles. They both ran the Bullet Club.
yeah.
And I'm like, man,
And it
dude, is
was
this
funny. Recently, I don't know if you ever watch Cody's new podcast where he interviews people,
I've
but he had
just seen it, but I
Damian
haven't
Priest on it.
watched it. What are we talking
He,
about, or what do you want to talk
yeah, what do
about
you
or
want to
something?
talk about? He had Damian Priest on there, and he talks about the Bullet Club and how cool it was under Finn, how cool it was under AJ, and he basically punks himself out. He's like, I ruined the Bullet Club. But it was like, you've got three potential Bullet Club leaders in the same
Who?
company right now who AJ and
Finn?
AJ and Finn are kind of floundering. I mean, Finn doesn't have anything solid right now. AJ does have his little situation going on. But I think with Liv getting hurt the other night, I mean, she's going to be out for as much as 6 months. There's a
It's
lot
shoulder,
of
right?
things in her
Shoulder.
shoulder. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the Judgment Day where we don't necessarily know what we're going to get from the Judgment Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
That's
the
why
Judgment Day was doing really well. It's always done well. But,
and they've been
Dominic,
able to kind of reinvent themselves through it all, like with not reinvent themselves, but new members. It keeps going, which is a good sign of a good.
yeah. And as Roxanne Perez get inserted into that and replace Liv? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But no, I just thought I just that little thing triggered the other day when that was going on, and I'm like, there's AJ and Finn, and then you saying that about
Yeah,
Damien,
it's
yeah,
funny. They talked about it on the podcast. It's funny that you said that because we've talked about it here that there's a potential Bullet Club situation that could definitely happen
Right.
if they wanted to. But they just have so many possibilities of where they could go if they go faction wise. I'm still waiting for Killer Cross, Karrion Cross to have something happen in his direction. Now that the Wyatt Six is back, you've got them. But like, what about something with Aleister Black and Karrion Cross? Like that would be cool. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
potentials out there.
wasn't there something on SmackDown with that or something? Or what happened on SmackDown?
Well,
I didn't see.
Aleister Black came out, and then Ron Truth attacked the guy from the tag team there in the ring, and
Oh
Ron
yeah,
Truth is going crazy.
yeah, doing Cena moves and shit.
Yeah, he's, and then Aleister Black confronted him in the back. So I don't know, like, what's going to happen. Like, and now there's rumors that Nick Khan overruled Triple H and bringing Killings back, and there's just so much stuff. You can't believe anything anymore. It's all a show. That's like Triple H said. It's all part of the show.
Yeah,
Believe what you want. And that truth thing was the perfect example of how they use social media against us. They really did.
yeah. No, it's awesome. Yeah, it's like you can't fucking believe it. You can't believe anything, across all boards.
Nope.
We live in a fucking crazy time now, dude.
Yeah, and it's wrestling is in a good spot right now. Leading into Night of Champions. I think. What do we also have? Jacob Fatu and Solo finally happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is I think really
Man,
good.
I gotta say, man, I like Solo. Like
I
for as much
love
as
you, Solo. Is that what
yeah,
you?
but you know what I mean. But like, I was watching him and Fatu in the ring the other night, and like, I don't know, man. Solo's come a long way, and he's gotten buried, especially a lot lately. But like, I don't know. He's a good one, man. I could. He's not going anywhere. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean he came out of nowhere and was asked when Roman lost. He was asked to continue the bloodline story with really no big history or experience to do that,
Yeah.
and he did it. I mean, he did really well, and I thought Money in the Bank with Fatu and Jacob and him with their situation at Money in the Bank was one of the highlights of that match. You know, the
Solo
culmination of
plays
them.
it so well because he does this like he's believable when like he says he's truly doing it for the family and like that generation of the family, him, Fatu, not Roman and Jimmy and Jay and like his older cousins and shit or whatever, but like his brothers and everything too. But it's like no, our generation like and the family like he's the only one. The rest of them are all about their own glory. I mean, Jay's
Yeah,
doing his own thing now. Roman, of course, is the big asshole that runs everything, and Solo's the only one that's always talking like, "No, this is for our people and everything." And like, I don't know, I'm coming around on Solo. Like, I think he's doing good work, man. I do.
yeah. I think their match is going to be great.
Yeah.
They're going to be great. I mean, I haven't looked at the card, but I mean, we've got.
And you even
Uh,
see a little turn with Fatu now has that like cocky edge to him because he's over with the people. And
yeah,
Solo's like trying to be like, remember where we come from. Like this isn't what we wanted. Like we have to stick together. Like I love that. I love that whole family like dynamic of Solo. Because the other ones get the fans approval and it seems to start going to their head. You know?
yeah, yeah.
We said it after WrestleMania with Jay, like, watching his presser and everything, like and look, he ends up dropping the
I
belt two
think he
months
was
later.
drunk.
Oh, yeah, I know. He was-
Yeah, I mean, it was. And now Zilla could show up, and there could be a lot of that younger generation bloodline that could be coming out. In the Tonga, those guys are going to be getting healthy soon. So who knows? And whatever Roman's going to be coming back with,
right?
like all that
Is
type
there
of.
talks in Roman? I mean, I know you just said it, but is there like any specific date, or we just don't know what
No, I mean, I really hope that Seth cashes in at Night of Champions. No, I mean not at night, Saturday Night Main Event. Um,
on either one, Gunther or Goldberg? Or
yeah,
you You think Goldberg's gonna win,
I
and then
really
he
do
just
think Goldberg's going to win the belt, and then he's going to cash in.
there's gonna be one spear, the suplex, and or not suplex, his move, and then fucking that will be it. It'll be a 2 minute match.
He'll get 5 minute celebration with his kid or whatever in the ring.
Then Bronson and what's his name?
Braun.
Braun come in, destroy Goldberg, and Seth will come in and just fucking cash out.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's there's a lot of possibilities of what could happen. I mean, they're
Is
heading
there
in
any
the right.
talk of adding another wrestler to Seth's stable?
I mean, we talk about it all the time. I mean,
Yeah, but
I don't
no
know.
rumors or anything like that, like about anybody.
No, not that I've heard of.
There's no even really
They haven't
lurking
even made
around
a
either.
name yet. They haven't even made a name yet,
True.
which I still believe it's going to be the Power. But
I do like that. I do like Seth coming out in the suits now. Like
yeah, he's not
they're
dressed like a clown anymore. Yeah.
right. Well, you have to solidify it. It always looks good, man. Like even him coming out in the suit the other night to beat was going to beat the shit out of Jay before Cody showed up. It's just it's a good look, man. It's a good it makes it like evolution. It makes it like we're the
Well,
finished
we
product.
always like I said it on this podcast. Like, don't be a clown, be a badass.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, going back to the Four Horsemen days, they always came out like that. Like it's an homage, I think, to like great stables across the board. You know,
yeah,
like
evolution. I
we're the
mean,
shit. We're the
yeah.
fucking shit. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, even Cody's group, Legacy, with Randy and
Yep.
DiBiase Jr. You know, that was very first class.
Yeah.
It was just the
I mean,
three of them,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, Curtis
Yeah.
Axel was in there. Curtis Axel
Sure.
was in there.
Yeah. It was like the four legacy
Yeah.
guys.
Um, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're pointing towards. We're all roads lead to SummerSlam. You
Yep.
know, where I don't think I don't know who Cena's opponent's going to be at SummerSlam. I'm assuming he's going to be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
CM Punk's happening now,
Right.
so I thought that would have been really good as far as CM. And who knows, they might have a rematch. You don't know what could happen. But
Yeah.
like I think that the storyline with CM Punk and him is really good, really good.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's true. Like even talking about how Seth switched his gimmick to like going and being like in the suit and tie now and looking more professional and polished. And now you're seeing Cody back as a wrestler.
Yeah,
You know, he's coming out his new shirt with the city that they're in. Sick. Like it's good work, man. You know, like
yeah.
all that shit matters, dude.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, merch sales, everything. Like, but like I'm loving Cody coming out in the warm up. Like now, like you're seeing him more and more. Like I'm here to fucking fight. Let's rock and roll. Like instead
yeah.
of like him showing up, but he doesn't have the belt anymore, so he
It was
shouldn't be.
funny. Like my daughter would always say, when he came out in a suit, oh, he's going to get beat up. Yeah, because it seemed to always happen with this three-piece suit or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's things are good. I mean, Cody is not stale anymore,
Yeah.
and I think Cena had a lot to do with that.
Yep.
And I think
Yeah.
whatever Cena's doing right now is really good,
Oh,
really.
Cena's fucking. He's just proving it. He's just proving that he's the greatest of all time. We're gonna miss him when he's gone.
And
It's.
now I hope, like a month ago, we were like, I can't. There's no way that you can let him take the belt home, and now you're like, you have to
I
take
know.
the belt home.
I know. Hey, because they can print a new belt. They do it all the fucking time.
Yeah,
You know, it's
it
just
was
a new
like now
direction.
he has to retire as the champion. He has to.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love what Cena's doing, man. Like the pipe bomb the other night was awesome. It's cool to hear like real shit coming out, like, and even like you said, him giving shout outs to Cardona and Neesmith and who was the other guy?
Yeah. Nemeth, Claudio Castagnoli, which is Cesaro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history there. Like CM Punk is not as big of an angel as everybody loves him to be. Like,
no.
there's a reason why he left. There's a
Even
reason
Cena's saying
why.
Cena's like, I don't even dislike you. I don't hate you. He's like, I'm like your only friend here. Remember who laid down for you during that? That's what he said. Remember who laid down to let you have that pipe bomb
Yeah, he was
14 years
laying in the
ago.
ring, smashed between a table, and that's why it
He's,
was full
he
circle.
basically was like, I'm the reason you got to do that. Like
Yeah,
I let that happen. Like I've been in control. Like what was it a couple weeks ago when Cena did the promo where I don't know if we got to talk about it because I think it was right before we did the Forrest interview, but how he was like laid out the whole blueprint of how he's playing everybody and how he's using each one's ego against each other, and like that was a sick promo too. I think I
Yeah.
texted you right after I saw it. It was like Cena was on fire tonight, and it's building, man. He's like these last, what is it now? 18 dates was the other
Yeah,
night.
like I was just that was bringing me up to my next question for you is who does it end with?
Well,
Who
he's got
does
to
it
have
end
another
with?
run with Cody at some point, whether that's SummerSlam or
Like
Survivor Series
like do we
or WrestleMania, and Cody takes it from him next year at WrestleMania. I mean,
get a no,
or
he's done.
is
He's not going to get to
December
WrestleMania.
31st? Is
His
that the
last
end of the
show
game?
is in Boston. Yeah. His last show is in Boston. He's not going to be in another WrestleMania.
And where'd WrestleMania? Oh, WrestleMania got moved to Vegas again, right? From New
Yeah.
Orleans back. Yes.
So his last show's in Boston in December. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
What's the pay per view in December?
I don't know if it's like between Royal Rumble and
Bad
is
Blood.
Royal
Bad Blood.
maybe.
I think
Maybe.
it's Bad Blood.
Like that's where it's ending. Like who does it end with? Like we've seen his greatest rivalries one more time. Randy Orton. Now we're getting CM Punk. He never really had a rivalry with Cody, but that was created.
Brock, but we don't know if
The
Brock's
Rock.
coming back.
Does he end with The Rock? I
Maybe.
mean, he can't. I mean, he can't wrestle. Triple H can't wrestle, so he can't wrestle Triple H.
The thing with The Rock though is like, man, their schedules have to open up, and those guys they're so fucking their movie career is so busy that like,
Yeah, that's the question though: is who does it end with?
but they could tell a story through social media. Like they could have like a
Yeah.
real deal feud online, and like maybe
Are
be
we
in one or two.
missing? Are we missing any feuds that were big that
Brock,
we're overlooking?
Brock,
Oh
Lesnar,
yeah, yeah. Kurt Angle, but that won't happen. Kurt can't wrestle.
Taker can't happen. I don't know if he
No.
ever really had a thing with
Taker,
Taker.
did you hear that Taker's part of the creative crew now? The creative team?
I think I did hear something
Yeah,
about that.
that's interesting. But like that's my question right now is who does it end with at this point? Because we're
Yeah,
seeing them all right now.
and he has
Even
like,
even
I
the
mean,
like the truth.
if you go back to that like that thing I was just talking about when that night he laid out how everything he was like, I knew Seth would be so obsessed with his own ego that he'd go after the other belt. He doesn't want any part of this, so it's like Seth's out of that equation. Because you're right, Seth probably is going to go for that belt because that's the belt Seth loves, is the one from Raw, the Raw belt, the Gunther belt. You
Yeah.
know, that's the one he always has. This belt, it's got to be Cody, or it's got to be who else from the past. I don't know.
I mean, are we
I'm just
missing anybody that is from his past? Jericho.
Jericho, but isn't Jericho wrapped up in AEW?
Yeah, who knows? You never know when these contracts end, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of history with the current stars.
No,
I
he doesn't
mean,
have any.
I still think we probably need to see him and AJ at some point.
That would be
I don't think
awesome.
he ends with AJ, but I still think there needs to be an AJ situation. I
Yeah.
mean, we even saw Truth. I mean, honestly, I mean, some of the biggest people that were in the career are either dead or they can't wrestle. Like
Yeah.
Triple H, Kurt Angle, those are big feuds for Cena.
6 months ago, we were like, Cena better not come back. He better not win the fucking belt. He better not win this. And now
And
we're like,
and
oh
now we're
man,
like, he better take that belt home with him.
and we only got 18 more dates of seeing him.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like, he's getting wrapped up with Cody. It feels like that's where the end game is, even though him and Cody didn't really have history prior to this moment, other than he probably wrestled Stardust at some point. I don't know, but like, there's a lot of
I have a
stuff.
feeling that like if he does drop the belt, I think you have to drop it to Cody. Go like just because I don't think that story's done. Like Cody got screwed in the match. They haven't had the rematch, right?
No,
So
they've
and
just been in the tag match with Logan Paul.
right.
Yeah,
So Cody and pay that off at the end, like if that's what's going to be. But Cody's not done with him yet either. Like that's still. But
yeah,
now they
and
have
maybe
him as
that's
Raw.
where it all ends. Maybe that's where it all ends. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just it's going to be interesting to see these next dates, 18 dates or
The
whatever it
rest of
is,
this
17
year, yeah.
dates. I can't even keep track of it.
I think it's
Because
18,
yeah,
17 maybe.
but it's going to be good. Like I think that the next couple events would be interesting to see what happens at Night of Champions, if it stays in Saudi Arabia or does it get moved back to the United States.
They need to figure out a way to do like every time Cena shows up, like keep that countdown clock somewhere. Like it should be, even if it's on like the screen while you're watching at home, it should be in the arena. Like, and
Yeah, or
it
maybe
should
they're
take a
doing it
super.
on purpose. Maybe they are every couple dates he's going to do a promo that reminds everybody about it.
Oh, and then as it gets closer,
Yeah,
like the countdown at 10 or something, that would be
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Because he's got a couple. He's got SummerSlam and he's got his final. Those are 2 days: SummerSlam and his final match in Boston. So you got 2 of those days are already done.
right.
And you got Night of Champions coming up. So it's going to
You
be
gotta imagine
interesting.
he's gonna fight at Survivor Series, War Games. I mean, I know
Yeah,
that's usually a different type of thing. That's not usually a main event,
yeah.
individual
War
title
Games
card,
is
but
typically your main event, and I think War Games is where we're going to see, like we were talking about earlier, with the groups of people, Seth's group versus somebody,
there's
and
chip
that's
building for
yeah,
sure, which is
and
awesome.
you in War Games you need 5-on-5, so um, the last couple 2 war games ago when it was Bloodline versus where Sammy turned on KO and pledged his allegiance to Roman and all that. Like that was, but like there's been a couple, and the return of CM Punk too. But there's been a couple of war games where they've had to add like additional people that weren't part of a faction. Like this year, remember they had to add CM Punk to Roman's
Right.
group. To Roman's, he had to reform the bloodline, and then the whole CM Punk thing happened, and the favor and all that. So it's like it's hard to find 5 cohesive units together like you had
Yeah.
with the bloodline with
That's,
Roman
and
Solo. Yeah,
that's why having a dominant faction is so important because it like sets group. It like it has you have to have something like that that allows people to want to team up and put their bullshit behind to end something. But I could see something with like Cody, Jay, Sammy, like we were saying earlier, and hey, an LA Knight, and that's gonna blow up because they're all those Eagles are they might team up for a little bit, but
and there's talks of LA Knight moving to Raw, which puts them right into that mix
I
with.
feel like LA's getting a fucking huge push right now.
He's the only guy that gets pushed but doesn't get pushed towards the belt. If you think
Yeah,
about it, like
right,
he's always had a push.
right,
Once he really started establishing as LA Knight, like he's had the push. It's just not towards the belt.
right,
So he's
right.
been in big spots. I
Yeah,
mean, he wrestled. Was it last year's Night of Champions where he wrestled Roman Reigns for the belt? I
think
can't
so.
remember. Yeah. Um, I always I know you think you were getting confused last week on the pod too about Night of Champions and Crown Jewel. Like it gets
Oh yeah,
the two of them
dude.
get.
I was thinking that this was the only event that's over there. Like
Yeah.
this one coming up.
Well, now
You're right. There
Crown
is a
Jewel,
crown jewel too,
now Crown Jewel, they created the champion versus champion thing.
and it's for
Uh,
that belt over there, the crown jewel
it's for
belt.
that one that stays over there. So, you know, and that brings up like the women's game too. Like Liv going out is huge.
Yeah,
That hurts that division. Rhea, I mean, who's the champ? Eos guy. I couldn't even remember. But like the King of the
who did
Ring
Rhea
tournament.
screw up? Who did Rhea fuck up the other night? Was it Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah, they've been
She's
always teasing that. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but now, like, where does she go? They were the tag champs. Do they vacate the tag championship? I heard that they're not going to vacate them. So I don't know what's you know. I think Naomi as the bank holder doesn't do much for me. We already talked about that. She came out the other night and like Nia Jax is back and
Alexa's always
yeah, like is
interesting.
Alexa gonna be back with the Wyatt Six? Like
She keeps
she
dropping
had
the
that.
sister Abigail, man.
Did you
Like
see her shirt the other night? It was pay homage to the Fiend, and it's like she's all
I
these
didn't notice that. I didn't notice it yet.
that she does,
Yeah.
and people have talked about there's only 5 members of the Wyatt Six,
Mm.
and they don't. I'm just glad to see them back because that would have been a big waste if they didn't. if they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with that return. Was the WWE said, "Oh, Bo Dallas is going to get released and this and that, and it's not going to happen." And what do? They return and
What
what
was
the
he?
Street
Was he
Profits.
injured or something? Was that
There
why
was a
they?
couple guys injured. Him and I think Dexter Loomis was injured. But now they're all back, and it could be so good if they don't screw it up.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. Like, we should do a whole episode sometime on Bray and how important he was, because like, and that they wasted a lot of that. They
Yeah,
wasted a lot of what that could have been for
yeah.
whatever reason, and it's
Bray, if you
Vince's
guys
fault.
haven't seen Bray's documentary, whew, it's
Yeah. Oh
unbelievable.
man, it's fucking unbelievable. But
Unbelievable.
and that was the Vince era. I think H is in that documentary. They talk about how much important H was with developing that with them. I think, and like maybe H sees a way to pay homage to it now and really allow the Wide Six to fucking push what Bray's vision was all along. Like I tell you, sometimes watching Bo Dallas as Uncle, man, he channels Bray. Sometimes, man, it's
Yeah,
fucking
you
eerie,
said that the
man.
other day when he was like looking like Bray.
Yeah,
It
it's
was,
eerie as
yeah.
shit, man.
I just hope
Like,
that they don't blow that. I mean, SmackDown, I understand, is going back to 2 hours in August, which is probably a smart thing. SmackDown, I'll be honest with you, SmackDown's a very difficult show to watch.
at
It's
3 hours.
I want to see the end. I want to see the beginning. It's a very difficult show to watch. I mean, it's that
Yeah.
simple. But also, you know, the other we got. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on. I mean, we're not going to get into AEW too much today. I like, we need Forrest back on the show. He's an AEW expert. Um, but they're leading into their big show of All In, and the
They're
big story.
WrestleMania, basically, right?
What's that?
They're WrestleMania, basically,
It's their
right?
WrestleMania. It's at Arlington Park, the new Texas Rangers ballpark. They say it's sold out, which is incredible if they do. But you've got the big match with Hangman Page and John Moxley, and everybody is wondering if that belt is if Moxley's finally gonna get rid of that belt. We've had big returns, Daniel Bryan. I mean, you got MJF. I mean, there's a lot. That's good. I think it's going to be a good show. They had the
When's
Mexico
that?
show the other night, July 12th, I believe it is. So it's coming up.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot as hell. You're in Arlington, Texas in July.
So Saturday the 12th? Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll be both back
And
from
now
vacation.
with our
So
new technology, KT, we could
yeah,
actually do a live watch, with it. So it's,
we can, and I can even come over. But we'll be back
yeah.
from
And we get Forrest involved again. And speaking of Forrest, we got to give him props. I don't know if you guys follow Resolute Pro Wrestling in Tennessee, but Forrest posted the match that him and Caleb Courageous had. It was a barn burner, man. It was about 15 minutes. It was a great match. Caleb Courageous is a great worker. He's been in PWR. Forrest took some nasty chops, dude.
yeah,
Some nasty chops. And if you follow Forrest's social media feed on Facebook, the next day he's showing his handprints on his chest. Caleb did not take it easy, but Forrest is now your new losers champion and Resolute Pro.
yeah. You sent me
Uh,
the picture. That's funny.
yeah,
It's awesome.
there's a great
Well,
picture. Hopefully,
Forrest was talking a lot of shit on the
yeah,
podcast last, so
we
I
posted that video on Friday when the boys were heading up to Tennessee. We posted it on Friday, and tagged Caleb and Resolute Pro, and it caught a lot of attention. We had a lot of views on that video, and Forrest got booed out of the building pretty good, but Caleb seems to be a god up there. The venue
he's
was awesome. The venue looked great. Too bad PWR can't find a spot like that here, but it looked great. And I don't think that's the last. I mean, Forrest is the Resolute Pro losers champion right now, so he's going to have to find a way to get rid of that title real quick. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, it was a good show. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Forrest, obviously friend of the
He can't
show.
help himself running his mouth and then gets his ass kicked, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
like he's the entitled
It was
millennial. He
good. I
feels
mean,
like he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
yeah, the guys put on a good match. It was good, and Caleb is beloved there. Yeah, I believe he has a lot to do with running that organization, and he's loved in that country. But that was a good trip. I believe the boys had a successful trip. And
Well, that's
I'm
cool. Even
sure.
the cross promotion, man. Like that's what the indie scene's all about, and it's I'm glad those guys got to go up there and be a part of it. I'm sure it meant a lot to them, and good work got done. That's awesome.
Yeah, check out Forrest's social media profiles, and you'll see all the stuff that happened up in Tennessee.
Yeah,
He
I'm gonna
had
go check
another
it out.
match last night, but I haven't heard the results from that one yet. But it was a good one.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check that shit out this week.
Yeah, PWR's got their big show this weekend, Ascension. They announced this week that Alejandro Bravo's coming back.
Yeah, my boy, and I'm not gonna be there, man.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I leave on Friday for vacation for
Yep,
9 or 10
yep. So
days.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens and who becomes the new high voltage champion. So they got a big show at OB's this Saturday night. But honestly, a good week. We want to thank Forrest. Another great interview last week. Very entertaining.
You'll be
Uh,
seeing him more on the pod every couple of weeks
yeah,
or
he
so.
gives us a great insight on independent wrestling and what the current scene is, especially what he's involved in, and our local scene right here in DeLand and Daytona between PWR and Riot Wrestling, and now Sunshine Pro Wrestling out in Ocala. So there's a lot of local things. Wrestlers are these guys are wrestling in a lot of different promotions, which is helping them get recognized and and put on some good venues. But KT, dude, like this is our first episode in different locations.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything goes well and we can get this episode out. And this is only going to help us bring content every week with no questions asked. Like,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
our
some
lives get
some
busy
week,
sometimes, and it's fucking hard for us to link up all the time. But
like when you guys don't see us for a couple weeks, it's because life got in the way and we couldn't get in the
life
same
got busy.
location. But now all we have to do is find an hour of the day, and hopefully, and this is also going to help us get some more people on the show that
Yeah.
aren't necessarily in the
Yeah,
Deland
we've been
area.
talking to other independent wrestlers about
Yeah,
jumping on, and now
we've
that
got
we
a lot
figured
of
out a way
guys.
to do this,
Yeah, we got a lot of guys that we want to have on the show: Alejandro Bravo, Ironside, Kyle Steele, Dick
the tag
Mondell.
champs, the PWR.
Yeah, we want to have the unnatural causes, the tag champs, and hopefully whoever this new high voltage champion is that comes out of Saturday night's Rumble match. We even want to have DVD on. So there's a lot of this opens up a lot of areas for us. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully everything comes out well, and this isn't all for naught. But
Yeah.
KT, it was a good talk, man. It was a good
Oh
talk.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're KT and JP. We're going to be on vacation, so we may not be around for a week. But after we just said all this, but we're going to be. I'm going to be out of the
But
country.
after
So
that, going
yeah,
forward, we'll be good. But we both got
I'm going to be out
vacation
of the.
scheduled,
I'm going to be out of the country, so my phone will not be working. But
and I'm gonna be in the northeast of the country,
yeah,
way up there near the border.
yeah. Well, dude, have fun, man.
Yeah, you
We
too,
got
bud.
a couple good. We got SmackDown and Raw this week. Check out NXT, TNA, AEW. We got a good couple weeks coming up, leading up to SummerSlam, Night of Champions, and also um, Saturday Night Main Event.
And
So
you never know, dude. Now with this, maybe we can cut one Saturday before you head out Sunday. Who knows?
yeah, that's true.
we'll,
That's
we'll see
true.
how service goes and
Yeah.
everything. But
All right. Well, guys, we're still going to end the show in the same way. In the great words
ELE,
of Jackie Moon, KT.
ELE, everybody love
Everybody love
everybody.
everybody. Peace.
Peace out.